Hey everybody, just Jesse here, welcoming you back into my garage, my man cave for another day of accountability. How are you guys doing with yours? I know that it's been a few days again, and I'm looking to start over fresh. Today's Tuesday's November 17th, the year 2020, and I read through 1 Peter chapter 1 today. Now, 1 Peter chapter 1 talks about leadership and how it's built on the foundation of focus and self-discipline. Are you like me in the fact that focus and self-discipline are things that are elusive, but they're things that you're working towards? I know a lot of people that have one or the other, but we should be striving for both. We should be trying to master both of those. Focus and self-discipline are the foundations of strong leadership. If you compare it to someone in the Bible, let's look at Peter. Uh, you'd see that it took Peter over 3 years for God to transform him into the man from what he came from, which was he was just a person who acted without thinking. He was a loud influencer, and God took him and transformed him in over those 3 years to a thoughtful and humble leader. Now let's see what Peter tells others about leadership and building that foundation. He tells them to gird or gather your mind. Verse 13 says, "Therefore prepare your minds for action, and being sober-minded, set your hope fully on grace that will be brought to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ." So just as man would gird their loins in the day to grab their robes and lift them up so they wouldn't get caught on things when they walked through the land, we're also to gird our loins of our minds. We must remain focused and sober. The next thing he says is to guard your hearts, and that's in verse 14. And that says, "As obedient children, do not be conformed to the passions of your former ignorance." We are children of God, and there is an ignorance that we have until we learn. And once we learn, we're not supposed to fall back into that ignorance. Leaders must prevent old patterns from penetrating their hearts, and Peter really warns us of those former lusts. And it's not something that's new. It's like the former lust that he dealt with pornography and just adultery and things like that would really distract the leader and destroy leadership. Lastly, he talks about guiding your lifestyle, and that's in verse 15 and 16. And that says, "But as he who called you is holy, you also be holy in your conduct, since it is written, 'You shall be holy because I am holy.'" Leaders have to pursue holiness, and the only way to attain that is to follow Christ's example. Since God is holy, we must emulate what we see him doing. And that's the name of the game here. You want to build strong leadership, you need to gird or gather your mind, you need to guard your hearts, and you need to guide your lifestyle. Without those three things, there's definitely a foundational issue with your leadership. So I hope that this really was something that you could learn from. 1 Peter chapter 1 really taught me a lot about leadership just in tonight, and I love reading it. This is the second or third time that I've read it, and this is really great because this is something that's new that I didn't catch the first couple times. So if there's somebody in your circle that you're dealing with, or that's dealing with things like things of lust, lustful nature, idolatry, adultery, porn, let them know about 1 Peter 1. If you want to share the video, get it out to them. By all means, there's a share button. You just click and send it away to them. If you're dealing with it with yourself and you need somebody to talk to, you can always reach out to me on here. You can comment, or you can reach out to me on social media, direct messaging, and stuff like that. So I look forward to being of some sort of assistance to anybody who may need it. And if you don't know what this is, my videos are just my way of saying that I'm staying accountable into reading God's Word and really just staying with it. I know that I've had some accountability issues with staying in God's Word, and this is something that I'm trying since I've prayed for it, to see what I can do to stay sharp there. So I hope to hang out with you guys again tomorrow, and I hope that you're always being safe, going and growing, and God bless.